It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars under the lights on Sunday night.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you? Yeah. Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Now ETN to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Lawrence will throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. And taken right on the 30. Pushing his way through. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. This one finds Wilson downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Jets will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And a short pickup to about the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Another tote for Etienne. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Now Lawrence on first down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Throwing on second and long. Lawrence. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Two drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now Hall to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On fourth down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49. That one goes for 8 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 33. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Lawrence going to throw again. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. This pass finds its way to Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. So nothing doing there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Gabriel Davis, 52 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On first down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and 9 here. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go again now. Let's go.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Lawrence will throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Devin Duvernay, 43 yards. And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return is Xavier Gibson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports halftime report. The Jags were treated to a strong first half from their franchise quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Second half starts with a run by Hall. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's 2nd and 3. Rodgers going to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now it's Rodgers. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Taken down at the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Now Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. Oh, this one, and they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. A quick throw there is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On third down, Lawrence. That is caught, and that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets 16. That's good for 28 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, he had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage here, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And able to get this out to the 25. And New York set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. This pass out wide to Hall. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Well, throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. This is taken at the 23. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, ETN. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he will be taken down with a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. And they'll go again with ETN. They find some open field here. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 82 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return is Gibson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And New York set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Holding offense.
Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's got it to Williams.
Rodgers pass. Complete to Mike Williams. A gain of 9 brings up second down at the 33-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Rodgers, throw right side, Wilson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Rodgers now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Rodgers again now. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. But no reason for that from any wide receiver.
Oftentimes, you don't even hear the snap count, right? You just look inside, make sure the ball moves, then you take off. How he didn't do that is beyond me.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.